Wow, I actually didn't want to make a video, but I got a message by a friend and he was like, did you see that video about Spotify? Spotify is now using your music and can do with it what they want. They can change it, they can alter it, they can use it to train AI. And I was like, oh no, that's really bad news. But then I checked the video out and I was like, no, fake news. That's not the truth. The person that made the video got it entirely wrong, and I'll prove it to you. Let me just get my laptop. Again, sorry, it's just like an in-between quick video, just to make it clear that that's not the case. And trust me, I myself don't like Spotify. I am a music producer for 20 years. All my income is Spotify gigs back in the days. So I depend on Spotify in a way, but I criticize them at least in 20 videos right here on this channel for not paying the artist enough, for shady business kind of things going on. The major labels buying all of the stocks and putting all of their own music into the playlist and making it really hard for new artists and all this kind of stuff. It's known, it's a fact, it's out there, we know about it. But this video right here that I just watched, it's just like, it needs to be deleted, honestly. So the video is by a YouTuber.
I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone, and I can't believe we're here yet again so soon after the WeTransfer debacle. But here we are. I saw just a few minutes ago someone on TikTok post the service agreement for artists when you post your music on Spotify.
I was like, okay, TikTok, really? That's where you get your information? But
and so, of course, I had to check it out for myself and look up the actual agreement on Spotify's website because I'm not trying to give you guys bad information. And yep.
So far, correct. I agree. That's smart to double check it on the actual website.
It's not great. So I'm going to read you Spotify's agreement. All right, here we go. By posting user content to the service, you, on behalf of your subscribing entity, grant Spotify a non-exclusive, transferable, sub-licensable, royalty-free, fully paid, worldwide license to reproduce, make available, perform and display, translate, modify, create derivative works from, distribute, and otherwise use user content through any medium, whether alone or in combination with other content or materials.
I mean, this goes on, and it sounds really bad because basically Spotify is allowed to do whatever, but here's the mistake, and it's such a big mistake. By posting user content, this doesn't apply to the music. It can't apply to the music because you cannot upload music to Spotify directly. That's impossible. It's user content. Spotify integrated a while ago a short form TikTok-like social media thing, and that's what it's talking about. So when you post a video, they're allowed to use it. Every social media platform has this kind of agreement. There is like, it sounds really shady, but they have to do it to legally be able to use what you upload. And by uploading, you grant them these kind of rights. That's fine. There's no real way around it. But this person right here, what's his channel's name? Carper, I don't know. He gets it wrong. He just gets it wrong. And then the rest of the video is him complaining about it. And he never gets the difference between user content. So let's go on.
So just like I did with WeTransfer, I asked ChatGPT to translate for me and tell me exactly what this actually means. And then I asked it to compare it to Apple Music. So ChatGPT tells me this: what rights you give Spotify. License, not ownership, by uploading your music or...
Okay. Like that's that's where AI gets dangerous. If you combine someone uninformed, then giving information to an AI and letting it do things and then reassuring that person that started something without the right knowledge is dangerous. And that's a problem we'll have to face in the future a lot more. He got it wrong. The user agreement is for content that is being uploaded, not the music. He then asked ChatGPT to compare it to the license agreement of music on Apple Music. And then it says license, not ownership, by uploading your music or any user content. Even ChatGPT hints at it by user content, like putting it in there. He compares two different things: uploading user content, social media stuff on Spotify, and uploading the music. Again, and then the AI compares it to uploading music. And now we're talking about music being used by Spotify in a way as the social media content, which would be a big no-no. And as I said, the big major labels are owning parts of Spotify. They would never allow it to their music to be used in a way like the social media stuff. They would never ever, and they have way too much control over Spotify. So I'm not worried about that. Also, AI training, I don't see it. I mean, Spotify would love to do it and just release their own AI created music in the playlist and cut the artist entirely. That's something I'm predicting already for 5 years, and it will come, but not now, not right here. This is just wrong.
Any user content, because that's what user content is music.
No. User content is not music. Please, dude, you made a mistake. Delete the video. Come on.
Spotify a non-exclusive worldwide royalty-free license to use it. This means you still own your music. Yes, that was the same with the WeTransfer
Again, the AI, due to whatever you told the AI, is comparing two different things. Of course, you still own your music. You also still, of course, own your social media content you uploaded, but you give them the right to use it because otherwise they couldn't post it.
But Spotify has very broad rights to use it without paying you extra beyond streaming royalties. Ways they can use it: they can reproduce, distribute, display, modify, which means they can change your damn music.
No, they cannot change your music. They cannot, because what you picked up out of their website doesn't apply to music. It just doesn't. I know it for a fact.
You get the point. It just goes on and on and on. I don't know what we're doing here. I have been railing against Spotify in these videos and on my social channels for a decade now. They have shown from the...
Me too. He's right about Spotify doing things wrong, but not this case. Not this case. And at one point he also states that he is not an artist anymore, that he doesn't make music anymore, that he doesn't release music. And he would advise other people that release their music to pull it off Spotify. That's dangerous information that is wrong, and like telling people to do that is just wrong. I can tell you that it's, again, user content. As a musician, as a label owner for now 20 years, I can tell you it works differently. You don't upload to Spotify directly. Those terms do not apply. The terms are the same since almost like the beginning of where everyone knew what Spotify is. You upload your music to a distributor. For people that have smaller labels or self-distribute, DistroKid or whatever. And for bigger labels, they're like proper distributors directly distributing the music to Spotify. Spotify then pays the distributor, the label, the artist. And I'm label and artist. And I have a very good connection with my distributor, and they would never allow, without my yes, to give Spotify the right to change anything about my music. This video is just bullshit. Let's check the comments if anyone else figured this one out. That is the agreement for regular users, man. The terms for artists are the same as they were in 2021. Yeah. Wrong terms. No, user content does not apply to music. Good. 2 people out of 722 comments. Everyone else is just annoyed of Spotify. Yes, you can be annoyed of Spotify, but not in this case. Not in this case. So yeah, that's it. Just had to make this video. Like if this false information already like circles within my circle of producer friends and they approach me, this needs to be stopped. So thanks all for watching. See you soon again. back in the studio. This is just an in-between at-home weekend kind of video. So usual better content soon again. That's it. Sign out.